Good afternoon and welcome to my Friday ramblings. This has been an interesting week, a lot of running around. Not actually sure that I achieved overly much, although I know I was busy every day. I've had a couple more dental kind of issues. Isn't that just lovely? I spoke to my dentist, my periodontist, the other afternoon, and he said, Mike, it's simply DOB illness. And if anyone's not sure about that, it's just the date of birth and age. That means that things start to fall down. So this weekend, we head into a new weekend of virtually the last week of Eastertide before we go to the Feast of the Ascension. And so my homily this weekend is concluding the series I've been doing. I spoke about that on Wednesday. Also, I have Bruny Island this weekend, which is a great event. Just getting there and spending a little bit of time with the people on the island. I know one of the couples who have been the mainstay of the island people for many years now. They're moving back to Queensland, so this may be their last weekend on the island. And of course, in the background is the reality of a federal election on tomorrow, Saturday. There's been a lot of hoo-ha, a lot of backwards and forwards, and as always, political parties talk about their issues and all the things they're going to do for everyone, but sometimes you really do wonder. I know many of them go into politics with a really firm resolution to make a difference, but so often when they get there, the challenges are just so great. And we know what life in community is about, life in the Catholic Church is about. There are so many things that you might like to change, but affecting them and changing them are two very different bodies. So we just pray that we might get the best possible group of people who will lead us for the next few years, and that what we do and how it happens allows good things to be part of our story. And I hope that there might be a bit of a breakdown of the personal attacks on people that seems to be so much part of elections and parliamentarians these days. So next week we enter into Aboriginal Reconciliation Week as well. This week has been Laudate Si Week, so there have been a few things that are happening both in the school, in the parish, perhaps not quite so much in the parish, but definitely in the school, about recycling and how to best use our resources. Next week with Reconciliation Week, then we're very conscious that we have a long way to go before we actually acknowledge properly and completely the role that the Australian Aboriginal First People, the First Nation people, the role that they've had in our country and what it means for us. So even though it doesn't sound like there's a lot happening, we do hope that there'll be a lot more happening over the next couple of weeks, including the beginning of the Evangelion Hub. Unfortunately, this week it was postponed because the bishop contracted COVID, but hopefully next week it will be up and running and we'll be able to share something of the story of what it means to be God's people and people alive with our faith. Take care, have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next time on my Friday ramblings.